Good afternoon, I'm Faye Barker. Labour MPs are in open revolt against leader Jeremy Corbyn after a series of high-profile resignations from the shadow cabinet. Hilary Benn was sacked as shadow Foreign Secretary. Heidi Alexander resigned as shadow Health Secretary, telling Mr Corbyn a change of leadership is essential. In total, 4 shadow cabinet members have gone, angry at what they claim was his poor performance in the EU referendum, and more are now expected to quit. The royal family's newest addition is spending her first day at Kensington Palace with her parents, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and her brother, Prince George. But as yet, the one-day-old Princess of Cambridge hasn't been officially named. Well, Ronke Phillips is outside Kensington Palace. Ronke, all attention now on what the little one will be called. Well, here the Chancellor says the government will announce a plan tomorrow to take more refugees in. George Osborne said the focus will be on taking refugees from camps near the Syrian border. Well, our political correspondent Libby Vina is at Westminster. Libby, so a promise from the Chancellor to do more to help.
Faye Barker is in central London with some of those taking part. Faye.
Well, the events here in central London have been organised for some time to remember the Gurkha soldiers who have fallen while serving for Britain over the past 200 years. But of course, the events in the Gurkha homeland of Nepal very poignant and at the forefront of people's minds. In a bleak assessment, the World Health Organization has warned that the current Ebola outbreak could infect more than 20,000 people. The death toll currently stands at 1,500. Explosions over the Syrian town of Kobani, which lies on the country's border with Turkey. For 3 weeks, this area has been targeted by Islamic State militants, who today are believed to have gained control of a third of the town. So once again, junior doctors in England are back on the picket line, and 2 more 48-hour strikes are planned for next month. As before, emergency care is being provided, but at the moment there is little sign that this dispute will end anytime soon. The first Women's Institute meeting took place on Anglesey in Wales in 1915. Quite a change then from today, when 5,000 members are here at London's Royal Albert Hall for the centenary AGM. In the UK now, there are 212,000 members of the WI in 6,600 branches.
2, 3.
40 years since that first mobile phone call was made, many of us can't bear to be without a mobile device, whether it's checking emails, looking at the internet, or even making a video clip. In fact, talking on a mobile phone is almost an afterthought. Under the cover of darkness, something strange is happening in a quiet London suburb. Street signs being framed with golden borders, captured on camera for the first time last night by ITV News. Collectively, these 2 street artists call themselves the Phantom Framer. Richmond Council says the frames are beautifully made, but it has removed many of them because it says they're not in line with its corporate policy on street signs. However, there is plenty of support here for the Phantom Framer, with hundreds signing a petition to save the frames. As you say, at the moment, any one of us, 30 million people in the UK who use Facebook, can like a friend's photos or comments with a simple thumbs up. But there's no alternative at the moment for that. But what Facebook have said, that this isn't just about disliking something. The baby boxes being given to new mums here in West London contain several newborn essentials, including things like this little onesie here. But crucially, they contain a mattress which turns this box into a bed. As it's so portable, the baby can sleep here and never be that far away from mum or dad.
And still to come this lunchtime.
Find out more about the science that says horses can read more from our expressions than we may realise. Well, this special relationship between humans and horses is something that's been used to great effect here in Brixton. Now, this riding centre is sandwiched between a tower block and a railway line, but it's helped many disadvantaged young people. Find out a little bit more about that for a moment in Sue Collins. But let's just hear from some of the people who work here and are involved here about that special relationship between humans and horses.
Blueberries and chili, you don't immediately think is a good combination.
Absolutely, I mean, absolutely. That's the whole idea behind this dish. And if you go to any beach in Bombay, you'll find this dish. Messy.
It is lovely. It is amazing, actually. I would never expect that. It's fab. Well, Rupert, it's all about recreation here. We're in a fan zone in King's Cross in central London, and normally at this time on a Thursday afternoon, many people in this busy city would be at work, and it's estimated that the cost in lost working hours this afternoon for this game is in the region of around £200 million. But those aren't the numbers people are really concerned about today. OK, so we want your predictions now for the game. We're obviously in England. What do you think?
I'm hoping for a comfortable win, but I've really got an inkling that it's got 1-1 written all over it, which is a shame.
I'm going positive, 2-1 England, Harry Kane.
OK, I've got a quick look. We've got a rogue Welsh fan here. What's your prediction?
2-0 Wales, 1 Ramsey, 1 Bale.
OK, so mixed bag here. A couple of hours now, we'll know how this big battle of the home nations has played out.
The head of English Rugby's promised there'll be no knee-jerk reactions after the team's defeat to Australia, which knocked them out of the World Cup. Under pressure, head coach Stuart Lancaster has insisted he is still focused on next week's final game. Finally, Andy Murray goes for his second Wimbledon title this afternoon. He faces Canada's Milos Raonic in the men's singles final. Later on, Britain's Heather Watson is going for the mixed doubles title. That is all from me for now. I'll have the very latest headlines at 5 to 12. Hope to see you then. Until then, bye-bye.